and welcome to the Outdoor Project. Today we will be taking on this massive lake located northwest from Alhaim. My retirement plan has always been to live in a comfortable log cabin encompassed with nature near a lake which I can walk to every day and just relax. Anyways, I thought a peaceful lake and a cozy log cabin would be a nice addition to the map, so we're going to freaking do it! Let us begin! So we're going to begin with changing the landscape using Worldedit. Originally I would have used World Painter, but the software says this every time I import my new map, so I don't know what to do. It says illegal. I hope I didn't do anything illegal. Anyhow, by using a few simple commands and by enduring a few crashes, we can easily change the landscape of our tundra forest. I began with using the /move command to push down the surface by 37 blocks because it was too high up. As a little side note, the reason why my world looks so messed up is due to my poor ability of using World Painter. I'm sure many people know how to avoid this type of catastrophe, but as a middle schooler who just downloaded it, I had no idea what I was doing. So there you go. After lowering the surface level, I began clearing the lake water by using the /replace command from Worldedit. In this case, I used /replace water air. I then selected a tool of my choice and used the /br command to create a landscape using gravel blocks. I recommend using blocks that obey gravity because it avoids making your structures look like a cluster of spheres. Even if you did, don't worry. If you select a tool of your choice and type /br sphere smooth, you can smooth out the blocky surface easily. For the next few minutes of this video, I'll be explaining to you about the variety of commands I use while making this lake, so if you're uninterested, please skip forward to this time in the video. So, using the /gms command, I selected a specific type of block to paint on and used the /br sphere tool to add texture to the ground. As you can see, my brush consists of different blocks which can be easily done by typing in the following command. By doing this command, your brush will contain 1/3 of one block, 1/3 of another block, and another third of a different block. If you want to change the quantity of a certain block like I did for the lake, simply add integer % before your selected block. For example, in my case, I did /br sphere 80% dirt, 1% clay, 5% coarse dirt, and 4 for the brush size. And /gmath stone because I wanted to paint over only stone blocks. As you can see, the percentages for my command doesn't sum up to 100%, but no worries, Worldedit somehow wings it for you. With the lake looking pretty complete, I use the /replace tool again to cover the dreaded lake with water. Now back to the video. After changing the landscape here and there, I finally began building the log cabin, or what will soon become a log mansion. Like always, I began building the skeleton of the building and then moved on to decorating it. I tried following the log cabin aesthetics by making these crisscross log patterns on the corners of the building. I also used a mixture of white and plain stained glass for the windows to make it seem as if it is That's it, I'm quitting YouTube. Windows to make it seem as if it is fogged up. Now this video is a special video because I normally do not build the interior of my buildings, but it is the dream log cabin that I saw on living in one day, so I was like, why not? I'm not too big on giant vacant spaces, but I already decided to make the living room pretty massive, so I wanted to make at least the entrance feel small and cozy. I decorated the entrance with paintings, armor stands, and item frames to create a really lived-in feel. I then moved on to the second floor and stretched out the floor out into the living room, making a cool loft. After decorating the second floor space, I moved on to the living room. I feel like a fireplace is a must-have for any type of log cabin, so I built a small fireplace at the very end of the room surrounded by L-shaped couches. I used black glazed terracotta blocks and make a pretty fancy looking rug as well. Now I was stumped the most when decorating the loft. The space up there felt awkward to me and I tried out many different types of room designs to fit in with the rest of the environment. But honestly the complete version still hasn't grown on to me yet either. Designing the kitchen was fun. Using blocks for purposes out of its actual use can use a lot of brain power but is also equally satisfying. Using the stove technique I used in the markets of Chinatown, I made a pretty comfy looking kitchen for my log cabin. And what is a house without a bathroom? Working out in the cold tundra forest all day surely would want anyone to get soaked in a hot shower or bubbly bath. I designed the bathroom in an almost modern style, which also completes the decoration portion of this cabin. Off camera, I extended the veranda into a dock that stretched out to the lake. I also decorated the veranda with cushions and a barbecue set. This concludes the log cabin making process of this video. Let's move on. But wait, before moving on to the next and final portion of this video, let me introduce you to some of the coolest looking lakes in the world. Numero uno, Lake Ohrid. This lake is located right in between Albania and Macedonia and is home to a number of faunas and floras that have been indigenous to this lake since the Tertiary period. This lake, including the town that sits beside it, is recorded as a World Heritage Site and is one of the most historically and biologically rich lakes in the world. Next we have the Dead Sea. This place is actually a location I've been to before. Although it has a sea in the name, it is actually considered a lake. Due to its dense level of salinity, the lake allows people to float when swimming in it. Unfortunately, I was sick that day I visited the lake and spent the day sketching, while watching people float and covering themselves with mud. This lake is also the lowest point of land on the Earth's surface, with its shores being 427 meters below sea level. It is truly a magical environment to be in. Now, this is a rather bizarre looking lake. It is Lake Hillier, located in the This is Lake Hillier, located in Recherche Archipelago in Western Australia. The reason for why the lake is so pink is yet to be discovered, but experts say it is most likely caused by the microorganisms that inhabits this lake. A cool feature about this lake is that even put into a container, the water remains pink. Another fun fact is that this lake is safe to swim in regardless of its color. However, unfortunately, it isn't open for the public to visit. Hopefully a day will come when we can all walk along the shores of this fantasy lake. While there are a million other beautiful lakes out there, let me finish this small section with this lake. Lake Abraham, located in Alberta, Canada. I mean, look at this lake. It's so cool. What is that? What's crazy about this lake is that this lake is actually man-made. What the fuck? It has a surface area of 53.7 kilometers square, which fits about 10 football fields, making this the largest reservoir in Alberta. You may think these white bubbles are just round pieces of ice, but are actually trapped methane within the frozen lake. Similar to other glacial lakes, rock flour causes this lake to have an azure blue color, bringing out the beauty of this frosty environment even more. Now let's return to building this lake. Using the brush and smooth command, I sculpted the topography even more so I can create a path that goes straight across the forest. By using the / naturalize command, you're able to make any stone or dirt landscape into a natural grass dirt stone layered surface. The cave shown here is something we're going to explore in a future video, so we're going to skip it for now. Earlier, I made 4 different types of spruce trees. By using the / copy and / paste command, I multiply the number of trees to make the forest more forest-like. All we have left is to texturize a surface that is simply covered with grass blocks. This isn't a part to focus too much on, but if for whatever reason you were curious on how the building process was like, here you go. This lake isn't just called Lake Gladio because the name sounds cool. For the finishing touch, we're going to build a massive sword sticking out in the center of the lake. This lake is located right next to a town which used to function as a fortress in times of war. The tundra biome has always served as a battlefield, and it wasn't until recently when the forest regained its prosperity. The sword is not only a symbol of war, but is the symbol for all the brave men who fought in it. It is also said that the sword used to be owned by a giant that conquered the cold forest for a very long time. With the sword complete, let's move on to the cinematic. That's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. The log cabin is definitely a nice addition to the map, but is far from what I imagined my dream log cabin to be like. Perhaps we can try again in a future video. Next video, I'll be starting my first ever series on this channel, the World Heritage Site series. In this series, I'll be building structures and landscapes inspired off the most beautiful and breathtaking World Heritage Sites. And I believe no other site than the Great Wall of China can give this series a blissful debut. Okay, that's all I gotta say. Stay safe, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!